Hi, thank you for joining me. My name is Michael Voss, and I'm the Dean of Career and Technical Education at Mesa Community College. This presentation is on the Higher Education Scheduling Index, or HESI, provided by Ad Astra. So I want to just share a little bit of information about the power of comparative data. What we see here is the course level success rate and the withdrawal rate for Mesa Community College. And just looking at this, I'm not sure if 72.96% is good or bad or about average. I have no idea without having a comparison. And then same thing with the withdrawal rate. I don't know. Is it normal for 16.69% of students to withdraw from courses that they register in? I just don't have a baseline to assess that. But what if we had some comparative data? So we could add in the Maricopa Community College district averages, and all of a sudden we have some comparisons, and we can see which are relatively good and which are relatively not as good. So in this case, it looks like MCC is not doing quite as well as the district as a whole on these two metrics. Going down, here we have the National Community College benchmark data, and we can see where the bottom 90th percentile lies, and again the Maricopa district looks really good compared to that, and MCC on the student on the course level success rate looks fairly good compared to that. So maybe we're midline. I'm not sure. It does look like by any measure though the withdrawal rate is not nearly as good as it could be. Too many students are withdrawing. We could bring in the median data, and then here we find that the course level success rate is still pretty dang good from the district perspective. It's better than half the colleges out there, and on the withdrawal rate, not quite as good. The median is a fair bit better than either MCC or the district's withdrawal rate. So we have some work to do there. But what if we aspired to be the elite colleges in terms of these two metrics? Where would it lie? Well, in that case, to be in the top 10th percentile, you'd see your course level success rate has to be 81.54% or better, and the withdrawal rate needs to be lower than 5.32%. And this is fairly recent data. So the Higher Education Scheduling Index is basically like the NCCBP data, but for scheduling. So you have the opportunity to know whether or not your scheduling metrics in terms of fill rates, faculty course resource utilization, and the opportunity for courses to be accessible for students to get through them. You have some comparative data to see how you're doing relative to a peer group. And we did mention that HESI is used by about 225 higher education institutions across the country. Here's one of the dashboards, and this is one that's kind of looking at low resource efficiency, low course access, and kind of what you can toggle on some different goals here. You can look at your institutional goal, or you can see what the like institutions are doing, or all institutions. In this particular situation, we'll look at how often do our peers act on adding the addition candidates offered. Our goal was 5% in this case, and right now we've acted on about 1% of those actions in the system that recommended to add. But we can see that our peers have actually acted on about 6% of those requested adds, and all institutions have acted on about 5%. So we're a little bit off. We could probably be a little bit more assertive in adding sections and feel confident that that's a good decision. And again, it gives you drill down data. So it's giving some information here on the number of candidates that we could have acted on, and which ones we actually did. And so if you go down there, you see like on bio as a prefix, we offered 11 sections, but there was 5 additional sections that we could have acted on. So it's a real nice tool to kind of see what that performance is based on the behaviors the system is recommending, and how our peers are also making similar decisions based on the data. Another area is you can look at the enrollment ratio, and here our goal was 81% or 85%. We're performing at a 68% in this scenario here. The like institutions are at 81%, and all institutions are at 78%. So that's kind of interesting data. And the same thing kind of goes here. You can look at enrollment ratio, and you can get the data by department to see where your overloaded departments are. No surprise here that a lot of the gen eds are overfilled. Perhaps there's rationale for it. Maybe we just don't have access to qualified faculty. Maybe we don't have space. But we can really kind of look at where those bottleneck areas are and start to take some action. This might really inform faculty staffing requests, for example, to know where the most overloaded parts of the schedule are and where we need to add some faculty. So with Ad Astra, Platinum Analytics, and HESI dashboards, you're not just getting a software solution, you're also getting a set of strategic services. So you get access to some experts who help you analyze your scheduling results. They'll actually come on site once or twice a year and help you interpret your data and try to norm and perform the data. And these people have lots of experience. They've seen a lot of colleges and seen a lot of scenarios, and their whole job is to help move the needle for us to show a return on investment. And they'll also have some best practices. I mentioned the 85-0, 85% fill rate, 0 cancellations, but there's other recommendations as well. And again, if there's any questions on HESI, don't hesitate to ask me. Give me a call or shoot me an email, and I'd be happy to show you what I know from my experience using the tools. Thank you so much, and have a great day.